I'm gonna head to Jeff's, head up to the shop. He's got to screw this Camaro. I brought my laptop, and we gotta like upload a new prom with less timing in it, and we're gonna clean the Camaro out. It is really dirty on the inside, and the mice have been at it, so I think we're gonna pull the door panels and make sure there's no nests or remnants of nests, and excuse me, and get after a little bit. I gotta do some mechanical stuff, just like going over or whatever, stuff under the hood, make sure that it's gonna be kosher for being able to drive it soon. But for now, I'm gonna try to get the interior better than it is, because it is pretty gross. The interior is really nice in that car. It's all pretty much there. It's missing a couple little bits and pieces, but for the most part, it's really nice. So I want to make it look the part, I guess you could say. I'm gonna go get a couple breakfast sandwiches and head up to Jeff's. Should be a good day.
Commercial hot dip. So what are you doing?
We're gonna the hole in the quarter. This is all, there was a big nest here. There's nests everywhere. We're starting to, we took all the trim off, and there'd be a nest there. You can see all the pee. We gotta scrub all this down. We're vacuuming it all out. If you look on the floor over here, it's really, the carpet's in really good shape. But there's nests everywhere. So this is outside for a couple of years, and it's definitely.
This is exactly the reason of keeping your car inside.
Right, keep it in the garage if you can.
If you care about it.
If you care about it, keep it in the garage.
See all the yellow paint?
It's a different color yellow. We were just talking about that. It's unique. I think I can weasel the shop vac. Oh, and I went to that Dirt Devil vacuum. Is no suction at all. So I was like, there was a bunch of nuts on Jeff's side of the car. There was all kinds of like acorns and stuff. So
Not to mention the nut that's operating it too.
Right. So I sucked them up, and then they just like, I picked the hose up for the vacuum, and they just like fell out. And I was just like, I just looked at Jeff, and I was getting like frustrated. So I was like, I'll be right back. And I went to Home Depot and bought like an actual shop vac. It works great. A lot of suction.
It sucks.
It certainly does suck. So I think if I weasel this up there, I could probably suck it up.
Chris loves yellow. It's his favorite color. Oh, just come. Oh, yeah. recommends a rigid
really
shop
nice.
vac.
It's a really nice little vacuum. She's plugged solid already, but
yeah, I don't think you're supposed to vacuum up mouse nests
I
with
don't
it.
think you're supposed to vacuum the whole mess.
All little mice are in there too, probably.
Oh my god, look at it. Oh, the directions are still in here.
Oh,
Look at it, look at it.
oh, dude, you might need this.
Nah, it's alright.
Oh,
Oh,
and
the attachment? Here, take that.
yeah.
Oh, that's what I sucked up. That noise. Whatever.
It's fine. Oh, look at all the goodies.
God. It's gross. We gotta wash our hands.
Yeah. Come here. Yeah, she's yeller. Supposed to pickle what this car looked like when it was new.
I can't imagine. Okay. Got the interior cleaned up pretty decent. Got some miscellaneous. You always have some extra interior screws left. Got a couple of those. The carpet's in great shape. Jeff had some of that tough stuff. The little where did I put it? Right there. A little spray can with the brush on it. Works great. So there's a couple spots on the carpet I use that on, but it's it doesn't look bad. The back looks great. Someone must have kept this in the garage. It's not all faded out, and all the plastics went back on good. There's no cracks for the most part. I'm trying to screw with the shifter now. You can see where they cut that out so you can put it in reverse, the plastic there. And I want to move the shifter kind of over and back so I can use the factory boot. So this is kind of butchered. You can see they cut the console, which sucks, but it's not the end of the world. So I want to be able to use this. So I gotta get the inner boot off the shifter, and then I can see what we're dealing with. I want to make like a bracket that kind of, I assume that it's like 2 bolts holding that shifter on. I want to make a bracket that brings it over to the right and back. So I should be able to get some, Jeff's dad saves all kinds of this, just scraps. So I'll be able to make some type of bracket, drill some holes in it, nut and bolt it, and go from there. But made all kinds of progress. Jeff had to go to work. He took overtime today. But this car is gonna be sweet, and the interior is in pretty good condition. The door panels are all there on both sides. The dash, there's a glare. The dash does have some cracks, but you can get like a reman dash for these. If I want to go down that road, I can. Also, I'm a tall guy. I'm like 6'5", so I have a hard time fitting in this car. So what we're gonna do, he has a tilt column out of another parts car that we're gonna put in this, and we're gonna get rid of that gross steering wheel. We're gonna put a factory style one on there. I think we have one out of Monty SS. I say we, but it's Jeff. Jeff has one from a Monty SS. And steering wheels are crazy money. If I had an IROC steering wheel in this, or if I wanted to buy one, they're $400. It's insane. Insane how much stuff's going for these cars. So, yeah, I just wanted to show the carpets, show the seats. The console is going to be all ripped apart. Shifter's going to be out. But Rome wasn't built in a day, right? So I found this piece of metal here. I think this was to help pull an engine out. It was mounted to an engine block. but this already has a bend in it, and it's rugged enough where it's not gonna torque around and move around. So I think that this could be my bottom. I'm gonna cut it like here, and I can drill my 2 holes. I can take the shifter out of the car, match it up, drill my 2 holes, and then it'll still be off, but I can twist it. I can twist it right here, heat it up and twist it, and then cut some of this excess off, and that'll move my shifter up, and it'll move it over. So I think that'll be better. So I'm gonna put it in the vise, and old Brad's behind the camera. He was doing his driver's ed, he said. So for his driver's ed class, he just turned 15, so he's horny about starting to drive. So I think, what do you think, Brad? Cut that off right here-ish? I think that'll be alright. I'll go a little too long. So there. There's that. And the shifter's pretty wide at the bottom, so that should be pretty close. So let's take that off. We'll leave that there. We'll take this off here. I don't know what size tools I need, but this is what I want to do. I want to take this off, and then I can hold the shifter up to that piece, prick where my holes need to be, and then I can go drill the holes. But that should bolt on here, and then again I'll twist it, and it will move the shifter over to here, because right now with the console all in, the console is like right here, and they had to hog it out like I showed earlier, because to put it in reverse it hits it. So where's that boot?
Right back here.
So because of the boot, I want to try to use this factory boot, and right now I think the boot sits about here, this height and everything. So it might need to move back too, Brad. I don't know. We'll see. But I know that it's definitely going to come over and up a lot. So I think that'll get me closer. So let's take this off. And we'll film more when we're closer. This and I need to put it in the vise. Okay, so I think that's going to be a start. We'll see if those bolts, these bolts are pretty small. Not small, but short. So I don't know. They fit through, but look at that. It still needs to go through the transmission. And I want to get longer ones. You know, there wasn't much holding it on there. They're perfect, like right there, but we still need to go through. Whatever. I can cinch them. We'll cinch them up. Maybe, I think Jeff has like a little bit of blue Loctite we can use. Alright, so we'll be back. So, really need to heat this up with a real torch. And we tried to just take a wrench and like a big adjustable and put a pipe on it, and it broke it. It just sheared it right off. So we just welded it. I welded it. It's not the prettiest weld, but that's what the shifter boot is for. No one's gonna see this. No one's gonna know. So it's okay. So I'm gonna test fit this here. We'll put both the bolts in. I think this is gonna work out pretty slick. So there's that. Now we'll cut this off right where that bends, and I'll put this, I'll mount that on this side of it. And that's going to put us pretty close to where we need to go. I think we still need to go out more though. What do you think, Brad? Because we want to be in the center of this hole, right?
So yeah, it's gonna need to go another, what, ½ inch maybe?
Yeah, I think we get longer bolts and make, like, use a bunch of, maybe put a nut on the other side of the bolt.
Yep.
To put it out to like here, and I think we're gonna be slick. It's gonna work really good. So he'll do that. He'll go get some longer bolts, and then I'll cut this off, and then we'll prick the steel here again and drill some holes. And I think that's gonna be a good height, and I think it's gonna work out pretty good for a piece of metal out of the scrap pile. I think this is going to be great. So it's definitely nothing special. This was a hook to pull an engine, and that's going to work really good. I'll cut that right here. I'll put that there because this was way down low, way too low. So basically, we're going to go from here to like here. It should be good. So let's go do that. Okay, so I think this is gonna work. Just gotta figure out my washer situation here. I wanna make sure I've got enough bite. Like a nut width. Well, that moved it back, and it's in the center about. What'd you say, Brad? Do we have another one of these nuts somewhere?
We did. I think you handed it to me and I ran off with it.
It's okay.
Be right back with it.
Yep.
Nope.
Thanks. I wasn't expecting to do this today, but I figured I was just going to put the interior back in and hit the trail, but I'm here and I don't really have plans today. It's a rainy day, so I think that anytime I can get a solid session in working on something, it's good. As we get older, the one thing we don't have is we've got money and everything, but we don't have time. Time's more valuable. Okay, so now the moment of truth. I gotta put the console in and kind of test it out. But look at it. I mean, it's right. There's the hole. It needed to go back. It needed to go up, and it went back and it went up. I think we're looking pretty good. So let's get the console and we'll turn the camera back on when we go to put this on. See if it fits. But I think we're gonna be pretty slick. Can you hand me the console? So I think that we definitely nailed it as far as spacing. I've grabbed some bolts from the nut and bolt drawer. I wish that I could have got the right one. I think they're all like this style one, but I couldn't get the same ones, obviously. It's not biting. Oh, man. Okay, so that doesn't work. That should work. Well, I don't think we're going to have matching hardware, Brad, unfortunately. Brad's really detail oriented. This stuff really bugs him. He's shaking his head. Okay. 2 in the front, 2 in the back. That's the goal here. There's one. Not really. One that's covered in rust, or one that has a Phillips head. Work. Rusty one. Or I can weasel this longer one in there. That one has a Phillips on it though. How about this one? Think I'm getting a little too picky, Brad? What do you think? He's nodding his head. Alright, whatever. That's good enough. Check that out though. That's it's a hell of a lot better than it was before, isn't it? We make sure the boot's pushed down so everyone can see that it's got a Hurst shifter. Alright, let me get in the driver's seat. Let's see how it works. Oh yeah, there's reverse. There's first, second, third, fourth. Wow. We got so lucky. We were just eyeballing the whole thing. Reverse. First, second, third, fourth. Wow. That is awesome. Isn't it nice when stuff works out? Starts right up. Is everything clear behind me?
Yep.
Well, I think I gotta tighten. There must be like a little belt in there. Did you hear it skip by?
Yep.
sucks. I had the seats pretty clean today, but all dirty. The seat's dirty. Alright, so I'm gonna pop the hood and then we're gonna blow all the schmoo out of the engine bay, all the dust and crap. Go get the vice grips. They don't want to get it all chewy. This thing work good? Man, I'm gonna get gross doing it. Try not to breathe this in, Brad, because it's all like mouth stuff, you know? Is the compressor on? Pretty good. Watch out for those tires. Is there a hose at the house? There is. There's about 1,000 acorns under the air cleaner. I think it's good enough for me.
It's pretty good. We can put the keys in the center console.
Yep.
Oh, those aren't fog lights, those are just the blinkers. And if you come back here, Jeffrey noticed this. Look at the tailpipes. Like staying in the center of the car, look at the tailpipes. Whoever did the exhaust, they didn't, it's like a slide in kind of design, and they slid it in too far or something. You can see the left one is like way too far to the center, and that drives me nuts. So we gotta address that. But everything, as far as cleaning the interior up, blowing the engine bay out, getting the shifter working, done. So yeah, that's it for today, and we'll see you next time.